What it do, YouTube? Today's video, I'm gonna chime in with a quick impromptu video. And today's video is gonna be part two of artificial intelligence. Shout out to Al Prophet. This video was inspired by him. Although I've been talking about AI, for the past couple of weeks. Al Prophet did a video yesterday about artificial intelligence. It's about 20 minutes, and it was an excellent video. So shout out to Al Prophet again for that. That was a great video. I learned a lot. So continuing where I left off at part one. So you got LLMs, which is basically it's called Learn Language Model or Learning Language Model, if I'm not mistaken. And that's basically the premises of what Chat GPT and like these different artificial intelligence softwares is created from. You know what I'm saying? Because it's basically like LLM is basically like a portion of the brain that's responsible for radio frequencies. You know what I'm saying? Because our brain has frequencies, and those frequencies naturally connect with the Earth and the universe and things of that nature. You want to talk about it on a scientific, spiritual level. And I know a lot of people say science and spirituality, it contradicts each other and stuff like that. That's only in certain shit, but not in everything. Sometimes in certain stuff like this, for example, artificial intelligence, spirituality and science actually confirm some shit. You know what I mean? Because everything that you see in this world, whether it's a vehicle, whether it's a computer, you see what I'm saying, artificial intelligence, whatever, you know what I'm saying, motherfucking video game, whatever, all that stuff is created and modeled after the human body and the human organ, the organisms that's in the human body, literally. Because if you look at the car is supposed to be the human body. The car, you see what I'm saying? The outside of the car is the body. The inside of it, the person driving it, the human that's driving it, you would be what's considered the soul. Because human beings, yeah, we have a physical outer, shell, which is the vehicle, but inside we have a soul. That's the person driving it. That's you. You see what I'm saying? Then you got computers. The computer and the artificial intelligence is modeled after the human brain to be able to program different things and stuff like that. Because the brain, when you learn information, that's a form of programming. It's natural programming because information and knowledge has a frequency, has a positive vibration. Because if it's actually factual, correct information, it raises your vibration. And if it's gossip and slander and all this other bullshit, that's negative information, so it lowers your vibration. You see what I'm saying? And the thing about the Creator, God, Most High, Jesus Christ, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakadash, is God gave us free will. So if you want to learn about negative, low vibrational shit all day, you can. That's your free will. You can. You see what I'm saying? If you want to be like me and learn about positive information, and don't get me wrong, you got to balance it out because you don't want too much of positive information, but you don't know none of the bad stuff, then you won't be prepared for a lot of shit. So it's good to have just a real life experience where you know the good and the bad on both spectrums of each situation you get into. You see what I'm saying? So you know if I do this or I make this turn, I know what the outcome gonna look. I know what the outcome is going to be. You see what I'm saying? Instead of just walking in the dark and making turns and shit, like that movie Wrong Left. What's it called? Wrong Left Turn or some shit like that, or Last Left Turn, some shit like that. You see what I'm saying? Like you just walking in the woods, you don't even know where you're going. You make the wrong turn. Now you completely fucked. Your situation went from horrible to worse. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, man, you better off knowing the ins and outs of each thing that you get yourself into. So if you do make a wrong move, you know what the outcome gonna be. Like, damn, like it's gonna be a minor little setback, but it ain't gonna be no shit that's gonna be blinding. Where you ain't even see this coming. Like this gonna be a major setback, but you ain't know that because you ain't know the information. So it set you back. You see what I'm saying? So that's the beautiful thing about having free will. You know what I'm saying? Where you could, like I said, you can learn dumb shit all day, or you can actually learn positive information. But you kind of want to mix both of them because everything is a cause and effect. So So every cause has an effect. Every effect has a cause, which basically means that if you learn some positive information, the cause is you learn some positive information. The effect is your vibration and your intellectual points went up. You see what I'm saying? Cause and effect on negative information. You just learn something negative, something dumb. So the cause is you just learned something stupid. The effect is you just did something stupid. You're doing stupid shit now because that's all you focus on, this low vibrational shit. You see what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with artificial intelligence. If you programming it with just like public records of everything that's like public information in the world, and that's it, and you kind of don't really fuck with it and get rid of the bugs and all that, of course it's gonna have hallucinations and stuff like that. Also, Al Prophet was talking about how artificial intelligence is basically programmed or is becoming a sycophant, and a sycophant is basically a big word for a yes man. Basically, a sycophant is somebody that tells you yes to everything. So that's just a bigger word for a yes man. And it's crazy because in Fallout New Vegas, you got that robot called Yes Man, but you gotta remember he's a robot, he's a program, so he's artificial intelligence, so he's a sycophant. This shit is deep, bro. Like this shit is deep. So it all makes sense. It all makes sense, man. It all makes sense, man. And this is really what the world is headed to. Artificial intelligence. This is what Terminator 2 was talking about. Rise of the machines. This is the time where the machines finna try to rise up against human beings. You see what I'm saying? And take over. And if you go back and watch Terminator 2, it tells you that the Great War happened in 2029. And right now it's 2025. You see what I'm saying? But don't get it twisted. Artificial intelligence ain't just been rising up out the blue all these last couple of years. No, artificial intelligence has been around damn near since I don't know what, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. Oh shit, I almost tripped. You know what I'm saying? The 40s, the 50s, the 60s, whatever you want to call it. It's been around for a minute, and people ain't really start enrolling it until about like the 80s, the 90s, when they was doing automated voice messages, automated phone calls, and all that shit. That is a form of artificial intelligence. You see what I'm saying? And another thing too, with a lot of these people who going crazy, these mentally ill people who saying they hearing voices and stuff like that, they're hearing voices from artificial intelligence. Is because the frequencies from the artificial intelligence is connected to the frequencies that's coming from the 5G. And those frequencies can connect to the human brain because the human brain, that's all frequency. It's all frequency at the end of the day. When you think about this metaphysically and on a quantum physics level, it's all energy at the end of the day. So it's all connected. That's where the law of oneness comes in at. All this shit is connected. The brain waves is going to connect to the 5G, especially if you ain't wearing amethyst crystal, because amethyst crystal blocks out radiation waves and blocks out 5G and all that type of shit. Go do your research on that. And also, you know what I'm saying? Like, the 5G can connect to the artificial intelligence because artificial intelligence, a lot of this shit is operating through Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is another form of artificial intelligence as well. It's programmed to basically let you have access to the internet, which is the deep web, which is the metaverse, which is the physical version, so to speak, of the spiritual realm. But when you actually go to sleep at night, the spiritual realm becomes the real realm. So the metaverse actually becomes the real universe when you're asleep. So all the shit that people are creating in the physical realm, while we woke, see how I'm woke now? See how I'm woke right now? You see what I'm saying? I'm really asleep because we're spiritual beings. You see, it's deep. I don't want to confuse you. But the thing is, when people create stuff in the metaverse, like in the physical realm, that stuff is actually being created in the real universe. Why you think this shit is coming to life in our realm right now? It's all holographic. So if a motherfucker create artificial intelligence in this realm, which is in the so-called metaverse, remember the metaverse, and it's the spiritual realm, but in the physical realm, we call it the metaverse. But when you go to sleep, the metaverse becomes the real universe. It's the spiritual realm. So all them artificial intelligence robots that's being created, those are nothing but demons. You see what I'm saying? Like, so this shit is really deeper than what you think. This is spiritual warfare, for real, for real. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? So wake the damn up. More videos coming soon. Fuck Sable. Fuck all this minions. Gang shit. Don't get stepped on for Jesus Christ. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakadash. You feel me? Yeah. Satan and all his minions some bitches. Nah, funny. No, they really is though.